here, side by side, big difference.
What's going on, everybody? We are back with another video. Time to start really modifying this FL5.
Downpipe is out, and there it is. It's huge box. Got the new one. Right here, side by side, big difference. So the first startup with the catless downpipe going down right now. Rev it a little. It's not crazy loud, but you can definitely smell the emissions. All right, so now it's all good. We're gonna take the front bumper off. We're gonna throw it on the dyno, baseline it, see how much of a difference it makes. And then while it's on the dyno, we're gonna change the intercooler because we got the PRL intercooler going on next.
Downpipe is officially in. Now the car is strapped down on the dyno, ready to get some baseline to see how much of a power gain we get from the downpipe. Now it's a new day. Yesterday got kind of late, so we didn't want to make too much noise. But comparing it to when we first got the car, the baseline, the conditions are a little different, but at least we're using the same dyno and we're in the same area. And I mean, trying to do all this before summer comes, because in the summer, we'll see triple digits here, which will definitely make an impact on power. But that's why we always try to do the before and afters on whatever mod we're going to upgrade. So like for right now, we put the test pipe in, and to kind of eliminate variables, we have the stage 0.91, which is a 91 octane tune from Parametric. And that's just to keep everything consistent. And we're not going to make any tuning changes. So this is literally just hardware, mechanical changes getting done on the FL5. And we're going to see what it does. So what we'll do is we'll compare today's baseline versus what the car did straight from the factory, and also compare it to the Parametric stage 0.91 with no mechanical changes. But the downpipe is a true first upgrade that we did that actually required wrenching on the car. So let's see what it does. Power. Results are in, and this thing sounds sick with this downpipe that we just got installed. And obviously it makes more power. This is one of the mods that kind of like my always like go to, just because it's one of the easier ones and you kind of get the most bang for your buck, right? But over stock, it makes 44 more wheel torque and 43 more wheel horsepower. So that's huge gains over stock. If we're comparing it to the last time we dynoed it, which was with the Parametric stage 0.91 tune, at peak horsepower it makes 7 more, and then for peak torque it actually makes a little bit less. But if you look at the entire graph, which I'll put up right now, you can see it makes more torque throughout the entire rev range and all the way to redline. And obviously you can see the gains for horsepower too. So anytime you look at your graph whenever you do a mod, especially if you go to the same dyno and you kind of use this as a tool, which what it's intended for, you can see what mods you do and how it helps you, whether you gain horsepower or lose horsepower, or in what areas in the power band you gain or lose. So that's something to always consider, especially when you have a set goal in mind of what you want to do with the car. It'll allow you to say, hey, yes, I should run this mod, or no, let me put it back, or run something else. It's just something to keep in mind. But the final numbers, 313 wheel horsepower, 356 foot-pounds of torque, and this thing stock made 270 wheel horsepower and 312 foot-pounds of torque. So again, that's a big difference, and I cannot wait to drive this thing. But before we take it off, and as you can see the bumper's off, we already got the next mod in mind, just because it's going to be on the dyno and it's going to allow us to just get all the data we need to kind of see what each mod does. So the next thing up is going to be a PRL intercooler, which should definitely help in weather conditions out here that see triple digits. Be sure to subscribe, and don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, and stay tuned for the next one, because this build so far is my favorite, and I can't wait to just keep turning this thing up.